Tjena tjena and welcome to my fourth High Vision Muse review. Today we're going to review Terminator 2 and it's the first we're going to review from Pioneer. And what's a little bit special today as well is that I do have Terminator 2 on normal laserdiscs, so we can do a comparison. As you can see on LEDB, the disc has a EFM track and a 4-channel A-mode track. And that's the track we're gonna review today. And even though right now there's nothing on sale in LEDB, it's quite a common disc. I think this is one of the most common high vision Muse discs you can find. So it's easy to get hold of. So here it is. And to make this a little bit special, we can actually compare it to the squeeze version. This is considered the best ever released laserdisc, so let's see how it compares. And why not compare it with the Blu-ray as well, and 4K. So as usual, I will benchmark it against other Muse releases that we have already reviewed, but this time also let's see how it compares with the THX squeeze version of Terminator 2. Some people say it's the best picture quality ever on Laserdisc, and I tend to agree. I have at least never seen any better picture than the THX version. So let's give it a spin, shall we? So what do you think? Which one was the best? It's quite clear that the Muse has much more resolution and details, especially when you look at it side by side. The LD lacks resolution in some scenes, some bright scenes, you can clearly see it. In other scenes, you don't see it as much. On the other hand, the color reproduction on the THX disc is, in my opinion, much better. It's more nice colors for sure, more punch. Um, the little bit lack of colors on the Muse is partly blamed on my decoder, um, the Penny decoder I use. I would say that the Sony MSC 4000 has better color reproduction, but on the other hand, that one lacks details as well, so I normally prefer to use the Panasonic. So really, which one you prefer? I guess it depends on what you prefer, the extra resolution or the better color reproduction. Uh, it's a tough call. Both looks good. Sound-wise, there's no comparison. The THX disc sounds much better with this AC3 soundtrack. Uh, yeah, much better. So what score should we give it? If we start with the picture quality as usual, I would say it's quite a nice transfer, especially in the beginning of the movie. It gets a bit grainy at the end for some reason, but still it has a lot of details, and I would say I give it a 4. As I mentioned earlier, I reviewed a 4-channel A-mode track, and it's good. Uh, Not as good as a THX laserdisc, but it's really good, utilizing a lot of surround channels. So I will give it a 4 in sound score. Rareness, that's an easy one. This is one of the most common discs out there. I guess it goes for any format, and Muse is not an exception. So I give it a 1. Last but not least, the Rob score. And I think this is an easy one as well, because T2, in my opinion, is one of those discs that you have to have on as many formats as you possibly can. It's a great movie. One of those movies that I can't stop watching if I just want to have a small peek of a scene. I just continue watching it over and over again. So yeah, and it's cheap. It should be one of the cheapest discs out there because it's so common. So it's a win-win, cheap and a good movie. So go for it. It's a 5. So that wraps it up for this review. I hope you liked it and see you at the next review.